Hello and welcome to Supercharged, episode 184. Yep, that's it. I'm Adam Dotchis.
And I'm Tommy Hunton.
And we are joined by Lucie and Philippe Robert,
Yes.
who
Hello.
created lazRfit.
Yay.
We are guilty of that.
I'll let you describe it.
Okay, so we basically invent a new way to burn calorie really fast by
Playing laser tag.
Basically, that's it. We just the equipment looks like sports gear, and the place is nothing from what you saw on her from laser tag. So it really makes you go around. You cannot hide, and the equipment is as precise as it goes. So it really changed the dynamic of the kids game, and it's super efficient.
So you said you brought up the laser tag thing. Can you specify how is it different than laser tag?
It's really basically based on the That's as I'm
Okay,
French,
just
so-
start by just start by saying what's different with the equipment.
The equipment is more precise. So normally laser tag is for kids. So they made the infrared wide, making sure that the kid, every time he shoots at somebody, he hits somebody. So there's no precision involved. When you aiming at somebody, you aiming at an halo around the target. Could be bigger as long as you go farther. In our laser tag facility, the infrared just stay narrowed down all the time, meaning that as far as you go, how hard it gets. And the more you move, the more it shields you. And, well, it's basically harder to shoot you. So the more you move, the more it is hard to get. So people tend to move a lot. And after that, we really push it, because when you do get shot by somebody, will happen oftenly,
Yeah.
a lot.
In my case.
You do have to move and burn calories to reactivate yourself. So you're moving to avoid getting hit, and you're moving to get people, and you're moving to reactivate yourself.
And
So
you're also moving because it's a cardio workout. So we track your data. It's not just about winning. It's also about burning calorie and moving. So we track your calorie, we track your speed, we track your steps. So we basically tracked everything. We also did something very cool, is that when we used to play laser tag, I didn't like the equipment because it was dirty and everyone was sweating on the same equipment. So we actually built the technology and the fabric separately. So every day we can actually change the fabric and we put in the washer and it's super clean. So you can just sweat more on it.
because the game is about sweating a lot.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean you will have to share that sweat with somebody else.
Yeah.
And then what about the course?
The class, we updated the concept. So it's not just something that you would do every year or every 2 years with your friends. You can do a private event if you want to. But I want people to train. I want people to come back every week. That's why it's a cardio workout. It's not just for fun, even though it's fun every time. I want you to progress in your game and to burn more. So it's set up as a fitness class, just like you would do Cell Cycle or any other type of studio. You actually come, I warm you up, we teach you how to use the equipment, and you go for 2 rounds of lazRfit where you burn around 400 calories. Just like this, while actually having fun. So yes, it's more than just entertainment. It's something that you would do regularly. You would become an athlete.
Different than laser tag also is the way you've laid out the playing space. Can you describe that?
We look at every type of playground we could find on laser tag, and nothing was satisfying because of the aiming was not precise. So we had to reinvent it.
There were just a lot of corners and lots of long road. You could hide yourself and just shoot. It was dark. You didn't have the freedom of movement that we were looking for. So basically, we look at skate park. That was a huge inspiration. A little bit of indoor parkour, but a lot from skate park and some architecture model of the library in Japan and stuff like this. And what he kept asking, no, the thing is, he's a striker, meaning he's going for the kill all the time. So he moves and he goes for you. I'm more of a sniper. I like to be around and shooting from far away and try to annoy you from far away. And he didn't like my game. So he tried to design a place where I had to move more, which was good because that makes actually me work out more. So we set up the thing on one level only and kind of big giant modules that looks like big like wall, but 1 meter and 50. I have no idea in feet. Can you say
There's
that?
no model higher than 6 foot.
There you go.
The idea is that you can actually pop on them. We all want it to be based on movement. So laser tag normally is something very static that looks a little bit like paintball, because you don't want to get shot, and because of the precision not being here, you're gonna get shot wherever you go at all time. But where our place, you don't have this problem, so people are allowed to run around, and we really want the movement to be fluid. So a lot of space, steel walls, but walls that you can actually see each other everywhere you are.
So you don't hurt yourself.
And nobody can hide, ever. And plus, you can actually pop on them. So both of you came, I show you how to pop, and the idea by popping is that we don't allow people to climb on the equipment, the models. If you climb on it, you're gonna be too slow anyway. So you really want to.
You're gonna get shot.
You're gonna get shot really fast. So you really want to be able to go from ground zero to ground round instantly, and that's what we call popping. It's really based on the stair. The model doesn't look like a stair, but it really make it feel like it. You can really push because their grip on the slope. And the slope just allows you to put your weak foot, so your other foot that's not pushing, on the ledge. And the ledge, you say ledge in English, right?
Yeah.
The ledge is pretty much 30 centimeters.
30 centimeters, just said it.
It's basically like 1 foot large. So you can really put your foot on it and walk on it. It's made for it, but you're not gonna stay a long time on it. It's always based on getting up, shoot, get up. If you do so, most of the players never go upstairs because they just get destroyed and they don't like it so much. After that, you have to move to burn calories, and you're up there, so you gotta go down, move, get back. And, you need to have speed to actually enjoy the popping stuff. But yes, the parkour, the skateboard, a lot of laser tag, because we played a lot, but our style of laser tag was really based on speed more than hiding. And so we want to have space into place, and so we actually cover the laser part of a rubber mat everywhere, so you can actually not hurt yourself every time you run or land on the floor. So it brings even more speed. It's really only based on making laser tag something that
we actually every time there's a I'm sorry, I like to get you.
I see that.
I know.
My wife, so
but after we fight playing LaserFit, it's a good couples therapy. Now the thing is, people are, when they see images of LaserFit, what they're more scared of is hurting themselves on the modules or the laser on their eyes. We thought about everything about safety first. The laser is not gonna make you blind ever. It's basically a laser pointer, but like cheaper intensity. So you will not lower intensity. Should I start by hello, I'm French and I'm gonna make a lot of English mistakes. So it won't hurt. And the modules, that's what it said. We put everything in place so you won't slip and fall down and hurt yourself. No accidents so far, so try to make it safer as possible.
I mean, I didn't really seem to have any problem running up the walls. I wouldn't always make it exactly with the elegance that Philip, you might, but I would still get up there, and it wasn't hard to. And everybody with me, I think. I mean, when I went, Tommy, I don't know what the case was with you, but when I was there, pretty much everybody except one other person wanted to didn't want to run up the wall or didn't want to jump up top, and because they thought they'd get shot, or they were like psychologically nervous about that happening, about falling, I mean.
Exactly. The key is it's very simple. Parkour is something complicated. It means that your body is ready to do it. You train a lot to do so. And we are so far from parkour. It's really just saying parkour is wrong. Even though we have a lot of people saying it's parkour because they see the models and they think about it because they see the movement. But it's really, really not. It's not intimidating.
No, it's not at all.
I have people coming in, they never played. They do the first game, I show them, and they just do it afterward. Because it's as simple as walking on the stair. And that's it. And that was the key of it. And laser tag, it really fit really good with laser tag because laser tag is the most easiest thing in the world. You never played, you came in, and you played with me. I win, of course.
Yes.
But we still have fun together playing. Which is not the case in any sports in the world. I love sports all my life, and I dedicate a part of my life to being good at sports. But when I saw laser tag the first time I went it, I was 30 years old. I was not a kid, and everybody in my group didn't know how to play. Nobody knew how to play. We didn't know why we're doing it, and we get there, and in 5 seconds flat with so less explanation. I mean, those people just told us, this is the gun, this is the target, go crazy. That's pretty much it. And in 5 seconds flat, everybody was having fun. They knew what to do. And coming after this game, this childish game, because it looked like exactly what you know about laser tag, but back in Europe, we were all sweating like hell. And there's nothing in sports. I mean, if we take tennis, for example, and I play the way I play in laser tag, and you never played tennis, and we come to play together, I'm not having fun because every time I serve, you lose, and you're not having fun because you don't know how to serve. Yeah. And even if you actually land or serve, you get me smashing the ball so hard it's finished. So you don't having fun. You don't have any fun, and I'm not having fun. So we're not playing.
I've personally lived that example. I started playing tennis when I moved here, and I found out how difficult it can be to play against someone who's very good. Sometimes it's nice to get your ass beaten to the ground to realize like how far you have to go in life, but not every day.
It's a very healthy way of looking at that, Adam.
After you've learned how to play a little bit, like I can't even do the full serve. I have to start from here still, and that's fine because I play for fun. But it's
but you still need. You're gonna need like 1 to 6 months, even 2 years to actually master it and become good enough to get on the field with people that already play for a long time, and that's not a problem. We're willing to do it. But with lazRfit or laser tag, you don't have this problem. You know how to play instantly. Become good is something different, but that doesn't mean you cannot play with somebody who doesn't know how to play, and that doesn't exist anywhere. There's nothing in the world you can relate on.
Yeah, it's the checkers principle, which is it's easy to learn, but it's difficult to master. But we put a master against an easy person, and there's no way you can immediately trounce them. There's obviously the expert would likely win, but you still have a game that plays out, and you can still play the game.
And you're still going to be able to shoot me.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm stronger than you, sometimes I didn't see you. So you were on the corner, I was doing something else, and you shot me. And I will see on the screen your name appearing, and I'm like, where? And you will have the full revenge, the multi-revenge coming down to you. But we're still going to have a lot of fun. And that's why everybody's so surprised when they come in, because they don't know what to expect. They're just coming in because they have those images of laser tag, and they're like very intrigued and sometimes even pissed off because they just don't see the point. And after 8-minute game, because the first time you play is only 8 minutes, you understand. The best story we have is some guy came and he told me, I'm sorry, but 8 minutes, last time I went to laser tag place, I did a 45 minutes and I was fine. So 8 minutes, I really feel like you're screwing me. It's really more expensive than laser tag, but you're asking for more money for less time. And I told them, you know what, just do the 8 minutes. And if you're not happy, we're doing the 45 minutes afterward. So he was okay with that. And so he went, and 3 minutes later, I see him cross me in the field. And he told me, I'm sorry, I got it. My bad. We never talk about 45 minutes. I made a joke out of it, but we never talked about it. Because you cannot be prepared.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to prepare you from what's going to happen next. Your body is not going to feel the pain because you're generated dopamine. And the dopamine is based on pleasure. So you're having fun, and I don't need to yell at you. You're going to push yourself.
But it's also a different type of exercise. Not just going to point A to point B, just running the same pace, or even if you accelerate and stuff. It's crazy movement all the time, using muscles that you have in your toe, in your feet, in your everything. It's going to work, and you're not going to think about it. So it's hard on your heart, it's hard on your brain, and like when you're not prepared, you get excited by the game and you just forget, and then after 5 minutes you need to sit down for a moment, take a sip of water before you can actually go back. It's even if I tell them over the phone, I tell them when they hear Philippe's doing an amazing job, try to prepare them. No, don't go too crazy, pace yourself. The first round is going to be exhausting for everyone. We had some American football player who came. They really don't like us to say it, but they were stopping in the park, in the middle of the park. Oh my God, that's so much harder than football. I actually have one video of him, but I just don't want to publish it for him. I would rather him to come back.
That's why we're saying this on radio.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Yeah,
we're in LA, so he knows.
What's interesting is the aspect of even having the modals, as you call them, the walls, be of a certain height. You can't stand up straight, and otherwise you're shot.
No.
So the idea that you're encouraging not only running but also crouching. If you are standing still, you have to crouch.
I'm trying to make you do more squats.
Yeah, and
without thinking of it. I want a word where everyone has lean legs and a nice butt. So you have to squat more, and because it's so kind of annoying, you can get addicted to it. But it's hard to do a lot of squats. Plus, it's hard on your back. I want you to do more of crouching, go down, go up, and burn like crazy.
But it's clear walking through the space and just seeing it how intentionally everything is designed. And that's why when I was surprised to come play it for the first time, I thought you guys were a giant franchise.
Because I wish. Believe me, I wish.
Because, I mean, just it's clear from the construction of your walls to the way your equipment's built. It feels like it is a professional, like, full operation that you'd expect to be in every city.
It's mainly
thank you.
Because of her. She's a perfectionist. No, she is. Actually, if we're only me, it would not look as clean and perfect.
You're lying a little bit, but
yeah, I have a lot of ideas. I really tend to have a lot of crazy idea, but I'm really not good at making them polish, like you said.
Yeah.
And she does. She makes sure that everything that I have in mind just come perfectly. We took a lot of time.
Yeah,
the thing is,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We for many years we play so many games. We talk to people after each game. We actually spend hours on the car and back home talk about the experience. Hours, but others people and what we could do better, what should be different, why and how. And we did so many plans and we fought. So today we actually opened and had the first customer trying out the equipment we spent so many times working on, and the actual experience and the actual park, it was overwhelming. But I don't want to set up for a cheap experience. I do want people to have an amazing time and just do an amazing sports. And I wanted to create the vision that he just gave me so many years ago.
Yeah, can you walk us through that? So when you first had the idea for this, where did it come from, and how did that path?
Like I said, I was not a kid, so I was around 30 years old.
Much fun hearing you say that. He's such a kid. Yeah. Still.
but
you keep saying that. That's not believable.
Yeah, but if I come to a kid and say, "Hey, kids," I'm going to prison. I am not a kid. Basically, and we came into it. It was 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is I immediately fell in love with it. Not immediately, actually. It's because we had the opportunity to go like 3 times in 3 weeks.
Just a regular laser tag place.
Not a regular. It was just we had so much fun.
It was
with the
a
group.
regular laser tag, is right.
Oh yeah, just regular. My bad. Yes, definitely regular. Exactly what you know about laser tag. But my friends, we like it so much. The group that we went together said, "Let's do it another time." So next week, like 5 days after we went again, and one last time. But every time we went, there were less people coming into it. But I was hooked. I was already hooked. And one day I said to Lucie, "Let's just go and see
The two of us.
if we can play a game. I want to play." And we started to play with other people that we didn't know. We just came into the place and say, "Hey, would you play with us?" And we became very good. I saw the path. I saw the fact that my scores was improving. My technique was changing. I was like in sports. I was very excited to go there, and so on and so on.
I had guys who were saying, "Don't worry, I'm gonna protect you, and you're not going to. It's completely fine." I say, "Okay, sure." We went to the park. I shoot like I don't know, like 3 or 4 times what they did, and at the end of the game, they were like, "Okay, so next time you're protecting me."
And at one point, I start to say to Lucie, "This is very shame. Laser tag." I went on internet and I saw laser tag all around the world, and laser tag is nothing. Laser tag is just a game, kid play. So I started to search for equipment that was more precise, more based on sports related, something that I would look into if I had it. But there were nothing. There were a lot of people playing laser tag as a sports. They were doing competition. They were spending a lot of time training into it. But the thing was looking so crappy, so childish, that their image was so crap. I don't know how to say that otherwise.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like when you play in the arena, it looks like a space trash dump.
Yeah,
And
Absolutely.
the guns are messy, and they don't take care of the equipment. It's bulky. It's annoying to run in, and you're not allowed to run in laser tag. And I think when Tommy was telling me about lazRfit, I was pretty much sold instantly by the idea that I was allowed to run, because I hate not being able to move.
And that was exactly the problem. I saw hundreds of people all around the world, in Australia, in Asiatic places like Thailand or China, in Europe, a lot of countries where people were, in America also, there's a lot of competition of laser tag, but all of them had the same problem. If they would say, "I'm a professional laser tag," everybody would laugh at them. It was impossible to go around it. I mean, I did a lot of wakeboard. I was not the best wakeboarder, but every time I say to somebody or some new friends or old friends, "I do wakeboard," I had so positive image of myself. People would come and say, "Oh, you're so proud of going like this. Oh, and do those things." They don't even know what they're talking about. They just have those images. And I realized we do sports for 2 reasons. We do sports for fun because we love it, and that was the fundamental of those people playing laser tag. But we do also do sports because it reflects on it. When you say to people, "I play soccer" or "I play football," people doesn't see you playing in a crappy field and really don't know what you're doing. They see image of huge stars playing at the best level. They see money, they see drama, they see whatever they see, but they see positive things. And that reflects on you. So if you say, "I play basketball," oh, very nice. But if you say, "I play laser tag," you're dead.
Yeah.
Because all the image that through your mind just doesn't recall to sports. They just, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go now." And that was the original, the moment the idea came, saying that there's people that's already willing to spend time in those places that reflects really bad on them. So they must love the game as much as I do, right? They need something which they can play with, and at one point become something more. Every sports in the world is a game. I was talking about soccer. Soccer is pretty much the huge sports all around the world. Football, it's one of the major sports in US, and it's Super Bowl. It's just the biggest show in the universe, the known universe. But those two things are games. They're not anything else. They're just games. So laser tag is a game too. So there's no difference. The only thing is there's one looking very cool and the other one doesn't.
So basically, we're trying to make laser tag look cool.
You want to make it cool.
No, but you're also forgetting something, is that when we were playing, we were like keep losing weight because we were moving so much. And the people around us that saw our level wanted to play more because they wanted to increase their level and be able to shoot him. So they were losing weight. So you had so much people that were not work or fitness people that just didn't like to work out so much. They start to lose weight just because they were doing so much that actually enjoy doing. So there was a trick that make you move more when you don't like to do any type of exercise. And that was fantastic. Because in a planet when you have so much people that are overweight and it's so hard to move and you have to just for healthy reason, if that can help so many people, if this can be the fitness they need, they are going to do it because they don't think, they don't use heavyweight machines or they don't like to run on treadmill, which is exactly my case. I would take lazRfit over all those things always. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. And as I actually know, since we opened up, I saw the people who come, I saw the people who stays and keep training. We are so many of us that just don't like traditional fitness offers. So
what you mean by that is that I talk too much and I don't get to the point.
Oh my god, and so much example, we got it.
But technically, because of the love of the sports and then we wanted to make more sports, we realized there are a lot of people that saw the fitness trend. They were not coming to get really better. They were just getting better. And we start to have mails of women saying that, thank you, because of your group of people playing, I started playing with my husband. And even though the place looked crappy, I lost 10 pounds, 50 pounds. And I'm super happy because I kick his ass.
I actually think lazRfit is the best couple therapy. It's the only fitness studio that I know of where you can train men and women with no differences. It's just shooting, aiming, accuracy, and cardio. There's no differences in men and women for that.
And you can shoot your wife.
Exactly. And you can shoot your husband. And you can actually beat him. And honestly, I have the stats of the games. Women are really good.
Yeah, I know. No, they are. Actually, women tends to
they listen more.
To be stronger faster.
Really?
Well, the thing is, it seems that when you tell them there's no difference, they don't really believe you because it's to shoot them up. But when they see the results on the screen, they're like, oh, that might be something. So they start to listen to me or every type of tips. When men tend to think, well, I play Counter-Strike.
Or I play laser tag, or I play paintball, so I know better.
So they already think that they have the tools to manage it, when it's really based on cardio. And women are equal on cardio and tend to work more.
So basically, we lost a little bit our way, but so we were back in Europe with all those reflections in mind, the sports and the fitness, and we start to imagine what would laser tag could be. So changing the park, changing the equipment, changing the branding, not just stopping to a better equipment, but really change the whole view of it. So it was a year of talking and analyzing and researching, and then we find a friend who was type of engineer / laser lover, /geek, / super clever.
I know a thing or two about that.
I don't know. I love him. We just came to him with all those ideas, what the equipment should be, and all the functionality that we wanted, and the what it had to be a fitness gear, not a laser tag gear, and what he had. How can I make women play more by a better design lights that I can do, watch the jacket, and every time he had a geeky idea, which is no. Just keep it to yourself.
The number of time I heard about grenade.
Wow. And you just say no, straight to the plan. This is a fitness. This is a sports gear, and he just did it. He just did exactly what we asked for. So and he just follow our lead. He followed our vision. And when he finished the equipment, we start testing out the software because that was back in Europe. Then we travel all the Atlantic to come over here and open the first facility here.
Why LA?
Because this is the capital fitness of the entire planet. Everyone looks at what LA does. If it's made in California, I mean, it must be great. It is actually really true. There's so many European startup that comes to the US just because you have this mentality of helping people with ideas and create your own business and grow as a business. We don't try to kill you right away. If you have an original idea, we don't. You don't.
We destroyed it.
Yeah.
Europe is not good for that.
No, they don't like original idea. They like when you follow the lead. They really don't like when you think out of the box and you try to create something from scratch. No. You have to do like everyone else. What are you doing? Even though they might think that's a good idea, they will never tell you. That's a spirit. It just like breaks you. So you have to just to give you an example. We talk about this idea for a long time in Europe with bad response all the way. We came here in San Diego for some research, and we told the first Uber driver about the idea we want. And he was like, "Oh my God, you guys are geniuses!" And we look at each other. Was like, "What the hell is happening here?"
And as far as movies, and you're the center universe. New York also a little bit, not too much, but but you are in the center of universe, and we saw the results. I mean, we opened 6 months ago. And we already had so much coverage. It was just
we're here today.
And we're here today. And it's just crazy. We did Insider, Pop Sugar, BuzzFeed. We already went
on Times, Time Out.
KTLE 5, ABC 7. And the thing is, I already know for a fact that if I open in Europe, I would not have any of that coverage. Maybe in 10 years, if I succeed, pretty much. But there's nothing. Here, people talk to me about franchise. They talk to me about expand. They talk to me about this is a great idea. When I spend 5 years talking about my project in Europe, and all I hear is
come back to us when it starts making money.
And it's just different, really different. And that's probably why you have Googles and Ubers and so much companies that are so big and started here so small. And well, Europe tend to follow. That doesn't mean we don't have great stuff, but we tend to, take the market that exists and try to perfection it.
And the weather too.
Something.
We're here for the weather mostly, especially in January.
Good call. Yeah, right now it's not really good to be in France.
Yeah, people get really excited here, I think, about new stuff, and I think Tommy and I both got excited when we heard about what you were doing. It was fun to go play it. I think we were both surprised by, I guess, the amount of work it took. I like, even with your warning, Tommy, I was still a little. I was like, "Oh wow, this happens faster than I expected." I'm tired faster than I thought I'd be, and my group too. They were.
I remember.
They were like. I mean, they loved it when they were done, but they did not want to go.
We saw that.
We could tell you.
Yeah. I was like, God, will they shut up for a second? Because I love them, but like you don't have to tell the people that we're visiting. We had that experience quite often. So that's fine.
Okay.
You know how to handle it.
Yeah.
It's just interesting though. Like, some people get really excited about it, some people don't. I think it's like, if you've had laser tag experience and you like it, you end up feeling that way somewhat.
Well, right now the process is strange because people that do have experience with laser tag, I mean, a little bit more that just went there once and played a little bit, do not like it too much because they come from
They do, just not right away.
yeah, because they were good at it, and now they're just bad at it.
Oh, I was terrible. I mean, if I cared about that, I probably would feel like them too. But I was just happy to improve it all.
It's not a gun, so you don't use it as a gun. You lost of your like what you were used to. You don't hide. You can't hide. You have to move to reactivate yourself all the time, and the more you move, the harder it is to shoot you. That's completely different from laser tag. So it's a whole sport. It's so much different than what they know. So they think they come here, don't even listen to him when he explains how to use the equipment sometimes. And because I have one of laser tag player who got so frustrated after the first round, and I came to him and was like, explain me why. And he was actually shooting at the lights that were red. Oh. But here it's different. You are switched off when you're active, you turn red when you do get shots, and you blue when you're winning the game. So he was shooting at the lights all the time, and Tarzan did warn them, shoot at the lights that are switched off, but he didn't listen because he knew what he's talking about.
Just so the listeners know, Tarzan is your nickname.
Tarzan
Philip.
is Philippe. Yes. Sorry, that's actually his real name.
I know I'm in trouble when I hear Philip from her.
Yeah.
See, you're good right now. I'm calling you Tarzan.
But yes, there's absolutely no way to
I explain him because I knew he's competitive and he wanted to win, so I did give them trick. I remember the rules, I remember how to use the equipment. He went back into the field for the second round, and he came to me after the second. He's like, oh my god, you were right, it was so much better the second time around. Yes, that's why a class is always set up by 2 rounds minimum, because the first one is everything's new, the concept, the equipment, the playground, everything is new, so you have so much information you don't realize what you're doing. The second one you already know, so it's better.
Yeah, you really have to learn how to react, or how it reacts to your input, or just my aim's still terrible, so I can't really claim that I learned too much the first time around, but I did get better with each game, and that was really nice to be able to do that, because I was like, okay, well, this worked and this didn't work, and I'll try this
Absolutely.
time. And I actually, in the third game, I almost did worse. And then I remembered 2 minutes before it was over, I need to actually get some points here. So I started running around and doing what I knew would work rather than experimenting. But it was really interesting to see that happen, and to experience that and learn little. I mean, it'll probably take me 70, 80 games before I would.
No.
That is not true. The thing is,
for my aim, no.
You'll get faster.
No, the physical part, I think I could handle quicker, but not the aim.
That's what I like so much. The open classes more than the private parties. Mm-hmm. Private party is fun because it's people that plays around friends, so it's always very good, but I enjoy more the open classes on the evening and during Saturday morning and Sunday afternoon, because you have different individuals over here mixed up together here to play, to burn, and to actually have fun. So you have different type of level. You have members that come to train 2-3 times a week sometimes that are mixed up with newbies. So when you're new and you see people they're playing against that are so strong at aiming, and I'm telling you that's because they train. Mm-hmm. You see the learning curve, you see why you can get very fast, and that is true. That's why I like to mix it up. If you did play with members, you would have seen that in 2 classes, 3 classes, you would be able to aim. I don't believe you in 70. That never happened.
I think most people would do much better than me. I'm just I've always been super bad at it. But once I start to understand I guess the way that it works, once I understand the system a little bit better, then I tend to figure out how to, I guess, augment my circumvent the problems. So I think I would probably improve with some time if I were able to figure that out, but it's I just can't keep my hands still. So
you have to use your other one. You have to block it.
I tried. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. It's I'm having a good time anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. But it's I hope someday that I get better at that.
But I know you will.
Me too.
We have 0 person not getting better really fast. The aiming is really complicated because I ask you to move at the same time. You don't want to get shot, so you need to be active even though you're shooting. Normally, if I give you a gun or a paintball or any type of shooting range, you're going to stop and you're going to shoot. That's how we do it. Problem here, if you do that, you're going to get shot too fast by people moving around. The more you move, the less probable you're going to get shot. And you need to learn how to move and shoot at the same time. What Lucie said is really true. I played the first game to show you a good player playing with you. The problem is you only see one good player. So you're just seeing my kind of movement. I'm a striker, what we call a flying striker. So I tend to go around the place, moving up and down the models, going really fast. I want to get close to you, and I burn a lot of stamina really fast. So doing my kind of game for 8 minutes, 10 minutes, it's not for everybody. So most of the members tend to be striker, but on the floor, or snipers. There's two different types of snipers: the in sniper, the out sniper, the one that like long range and low range, and they tend to move a little bit less. They do move a lot, but less proactive. They want to have distance in front of them. So if you play with more type of players, you can really find your type of playing faster, which in a private booking is complicated because you only see me playing, so you don't see really any difference as the other player, because all your friends do not know how to play. So best case scenario, they try to copycat what I did, which they can't, not the first time, because I am very, very good at what I do, and I tend to move all the time and shoot in the same time. My precision from far is not good, but from short range, I'm a destroyer, because I pretty much have my part of the body, upper part of my body as tight as possible to still aim all the time, and my legs are doing the salsa, going everywhere. You think I cannot shoot you because you see me moving like a crazy doodle, but in fact you're dead before you think you're even before you know it.
Yeah, and when you were telling me that on Sunday when we went, when you were explaining that, I was like, oh, this is kind of how a Steadicam stabilizes itself.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so this is how I take pictures when I don't have anything to stabilize it. I try to put I try to keep everything up tense on top, and then just breathe out and use my legs to move the way that I need to move to get a smooth range of motion. And it works really well for camera. I haven't quite figured out how to translate it to the gun yet, but I've only had one attempt so far. So
that's a good strategy,
I think I'll get it as it goes.
The more you play, the better you are. Some of the players only been members for like 3 weeks, 1 month, and they become a threat to me. They're beating Lucie because she plays a little bit.
They beat Lucie. They start to become a threat to me. That's terrible. You're terrible.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I don't think so.
I have a film. I have a camera. I'm all good.
There's no recording. This is live, so it didn't happen.
But yes, they do beat me.
No, they beat her because she has lots of things to do, so she cannot play all the games where I play all the games. So
he has only this to do, so he's fine.
My job is basically to play. Not too bad job. I kind of like it.
It's gonna be tough for anyone to ever be able to beat you, because you play more than everyone.
Yeah, but it already happened.
We had 4 people, including myself, who beat him. Yeah.
4 people actually. Yes, 4 people that already beat me. Not 100%, but yeah, they beat me, because I have, during a game where there's new players, I play with them not to beat everybody, but to make them better players. So I stop with them. So the good players tend to
so you lose when you
oh my god, no, sometimes we're just better than you. No. Just say it.
No, it's not possible.
Yeah.
One thing that's fascinating about all this is the fact that you were able to gamify a workout, which is interesting, because Adam and I talk about gamification a lot, you know, because I design puzzles and games, and Adam's working on one now. It's interesting to us, the idea of converting a workout, which can be tedious, difficult to schedule into not only something that's fun, but also that you want to keep doing to improve.
Absolutely.
And that aspect is really fascinating. And I'm curious to see with the strategies developed for the different striker and sniper roles, for the encouraging of the classes and the training, how do you see this evolving for fitness in general?
For the thing is, for me, fitness is really based on movement. The more you move, weight or cardio or any kind of fitness is based on movement. So the more you move, the better you are doing your workout. And I really see all the fitness industry keep telling us how fun it is. It just keeps saying it.
They add games at treadmill to try to take your mind away from the fact that you're running on the machines. They really try to make, I mean, there's a fitness in New York, I think, that opens with lots of game everywhere. So they try to, that you have thing on the floor that lights up. You need to try to push it while doing a plank, that type of thing. And it's really a trend that they try to make you forget that you working out. They try to make you believe fitness is fun.
Or just straight up telling you it is.
Exactly. But doing lazRfit is real fun. I mean, you guys play, it is fun, and laser tag has always been fun. That never was the problem. And it is a workout because you're moving so much. We do something that called a duel, so you don't even need actually the playground. You don't need the 3,000 square feet park that we built. It's just one-on-one. You have an equipment and you just need to move up and down and try to avoid the other one's fire, and you need to shoot as much as you can. You can't do that for 8 minutes. It's too hard. Even 3 minutes against someone, it's very hard. So what we do usually against member or against other player, we just set you up 1 against 1, and that's what you have to do. Play against the other, just like fencing or boxing, but instead of hitting yourself, is try to shoot with the laser. It's exhausting. It makes your heart pumping very, very quickly and make you burn calorie drenched water. Actually, one of my friends, she helped us correct a bug at the very beginning. She was sweating so much that she made the equipment bugged. So we changed something to make it more resistant because of her. And she's actually a yoga teacher, and she's a spin teacher as well. So she knows what spinning is, and she told me this is very efficient. So it is completely something that can be incorporated in any type of fitness, just by the equipment and the philosophy of it. It is a
and
game fitness.
I think the future, we want to have fun. The thing, the world is a very unfriendly place, and people are looking to have fun all the time, and we have to work out, we have to work, we have to do all those things that we have to do. And if it can become an activity where it's fun and not so hard to master, well, you got yourself a workout. For me, the definition of a workout is something that you can do without training really fast, and you can repeat it so your body starts to see benefit from it. And that's exactly what we did. Only we took laser tag. But you could do this with any sports.
Even like spinning was just bicycles. Bicycles were used to go to point A to point B. It was a locomotion. It was not something supposed to be a workout. We took bicycles, we put it inside of a room, one next to another, we put a giant screen, and this is a workout. It's just the way it's set up. It's still a workout when you're going to take off your brain with your bicycles. It's not fun. I agree. And we did the same thing with something that is actual fun.
Yeah, I think though that what works so well about lazRfit is that it does capture the social aspect that does make other exercise tolerable or sometimes even enjoyable. And for me, whenever I would work out, I realized that, okay, well, I can keep this going for a while, but eventually I'll tire of it if I'm on my own, if I have to be the one constantly making myself do it. And it's not just because that requires willpower. I think it's more because it's something that you crave social activity.
Absolutely.
And so if you don't have that, or if you don't have some positive association, it feels like something you have to do and it feels like work. But I never felt so distracted from exercise. The one time I was on an elliptical machine watching an episode of, what was it? What was that show with Glenn Close?
Damages.
Yeah.
Where I was like towards the end of the season, and that I think was perhaps the most distracted I've been while exercising ever. But aside from that, when I was at lazRfit, I would feel tired, but I didn't really care. And that was a new one for me. I didn't recognize that, and that was pretty cool to see. I don't think people people have experience with that these days. I think it's something we've forgotten about to some degree.
I think it's really based on sports. I think sports can give you that. People push themselves more in sports because they're having fun doing it. They love doing it. But the problem with sports is that, well, you have to learn it. If you don't know how to do it, it's just impossible.
Yeah.
And
try to learn gymnastics when you're 35.
Yeah.
Every sports means time to actually become that person that enjoys it. And the difference is workout is instant. Whatever the workout, it needs to be instant. You need to come into a fitness facility and be able to go on the treadmill or the bike or doing the weight even, and be able to have results, even though it's based on the fact that you're probably a little bit bored or it's not really fun. The results are here because it doesn't require you to learn how to do it.
But there's also something that
exactly it. And I think every sports have what we have, and every fitness have what we have. We just combine it with something that doesn't require you to work to actually be able to enjoy it. And that's the key of it.
And he also says something that is very cool. He said the social interaction of lazRfit. And that's something that fitness sometimes lack of is you actually share a game with other people. So you create bond, you create link and actually topic discussion. Well, you might take a fitness class in any studio, and once the class is over, you have done your thing on your head, and when the class is over, you just leave and you have not talked to anyone, and it's perfectly fine. Here you actually play with people. You see the name on your equipment when they shoot you, so you remember the name, and after the game you actually discuss and share about the experience while playing together. And that's something that is very new too. It's not just a workout, but it's a social bond that you create with people. You create a community, and that's something that we want to stress out.
We like to say that there's no better way to know somebody than to shoot him.
True. It's funny because that social aspect is something that fascinates me about immersive interactive theater and escape rooms, because that allows that bonding to happen on a really interesting, almost
in your room that was something that happened too when we were working with people. It was more of a brain exercise, of course, but it was collaborating with other people. Even when I was like jumping around to help people out, or if I was working on a specific puzzle, it was a bonding experience because we both had a challenge to overcome together. And they say that's actually, I've seen studies, they being scientists, studies that there's this aspect of what creates solid bonds is overcoming challenges together. That's one of the biggest ways for couples to survive many, many years together.
Okay, we have many, many years in front of us. We're good.
So you just have to keep challenging each other. But I think on the psychology front, though, I mean, lazRfit has some other unique aspects that I don't know if this holds true entirely, but I couldn't help but think about it because I just find the brain fascinating. And I think like you have to be, your amygdala has to be pretty active in the situation because you are trying to protect yourself, even though you're not really going to get shot in any harmful manner. It's just kind of, the laser is the metaphor for a bullet, but it's but you're still thinking in that context, just in the way that your senses are overcome by the environment, in the way that your eyes are overcome by a VR headset, and you're transported elsewhere. And so you have that going on, but you also have this pleasurable aspect coming from the dopamine that gets released as you're exercising, but also from the bond and the fun of playing a game. And that reminds me a lot of why horror movies are successful, because we have this tendency when the amygdala is activated and pleasure is activated to confuse fear with pleasure to some degree, and it tends to amplify it. And it made me wonder if that's something that's actually happening here, because it's... I haven't seen that present itself in very many situations, but I've read a lot of studies about it, and that just popped into my head after going through the whole experience.
All I can tell you is I've seen people coming in very aggressive. They're willingly coming in. It's not I'm forcing them to come, but they don't want to believe it's a workout, or they're following a friend that wants to come, or
and they think they could go for 45 minutes, or my group who thought they could go for, we could do 10 minutes, and then after it was really funny to watch. I'm going there, I'm like, you guys know what you're talking about. I'm not going to argue with any of this.
After 8 minutes, they're my best friend. They just love me. It's magical. I just shoot at them like crazy. My scores are up the charts, 135 or something like this, and they made five or six scores, but they just love it, and they come to talk to me like I knew them from kindergarten. We just bond as a way that I cannot find anywhere else in the world. I'm a very friendly guy. I love to talk to people. I like to share and stuff. But at one point, I was young. I went to bar, discotheque, and it doesn't work like this. People are closed, and to open them up, you need skins. You need alcohol. You need lots of things. And that's the first time in my life that I felt every time I play with people, I have something in common with them instantly. It feels a little bit like military. You always hear about those guys coming back from hell, and they create bonds over the top, over sometime over family, and they just talk about it. And I'm not going to compare it because, like you said, there's no bullet and there's no danger. But it feels a little bit like the same thing. We just went through something together. Even though we shot each other and there was no blood or anything, we did share the experience. And because we sweat together, we just lost calories together. And they just...
We laughed
together, and they just opened up.
It's a very primal... this is something that I always hit on with why this kind of entertainment is interesting. Anything that involves people socializing and doing, whether it's a shared challenge or overcoming something mental, physical, or otherwise. But there's something about us being bonded to nomadic tribes. And the idea that the society we live in now is not built towards that. We're built towards living in single family homes, living alone, living with a partner, and working with people that you're supposed to keep professional distance from. And then you're in a car most of the day, driving back and forth if you're not most of the day, but commuting. It's not built for this close-knit tribal society that we're connected to. But activities like these connect us back to those primal roots, where you are forming a tribe. And you are overcoming an adventure, whether it's a simulated one, you're fighting each other and you're coming back together afterwards, or you're going on an adventure. But for whatever reason afterwards, the brain is wired for that. And we're missing that so much. You get an even bigger rush because we're thirsty for that, those kind of connections.
Well, when you see what happened with World of Warcraft 12 years ago, it was crazy. People would do quests that involve 40 people that spend 10 hours before the raid to actually prepare themselves for the raid. The 10 hours were just preparation. If you want in real life to have 40 people collaborated together, with actually them paying for doing it. They're not working. It's so hard. It doesn't exist. We there's companies for that, but we pay people to actually do it. And we saw that with virtual game, World of Warcraft was the best example of that people just bond together as crazy. It's just lack of movement because, you get better at clicking. I get it that. It gives you a lot of opportunity if you're a LoL or Counter-Strike player, but other than that, you're just, I don't think so. But it's crazy. So we're looking forward to find other ways to bond together because, like you said, the society just keep us as individual as possible, and we try to protect ourselves. And it's just our place is crazy for that because I need people to play together. I need at least 2 people to play together, and the more you are, the more interesting the game becomes. So if you're 10 people, the game is just crazy, and people have a lot of fun. And coming out of that, it's really different. We went to a lot of fitness classes, lots of different type of classes to see how people were consuming in Los Angeles. Again, we were not from here, so we had to make sure.
Yeah.
And we saw everybody coming into the class, not talking to anybody, doing the class, get out. And everybody spread as fast as possible. Right now, we have sometimes some of our clients stay an hour and a half in the lobby, talking to each other, taking a drink, just socializing. We are, some of the members, well, we're very new because we only have 6 months, but some of the members already spent Christmas together. They didn't know.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, it was Thanksgiving, not bad. Well, that's not bad too. Upper the bar a little bit, but yeah. The families all over the world, and they're just said, "Oh yeah, let's do it together." And I mean, they knew each other for like 3 weeks, 1 month. There's no class anywhere you're gonna get this kind of reaction from people.
And I see it, the way we change laser tag sometimes scares people out. But when they do try once, they come back. The returning percentage is the percentage rate, like the people that comes back is way higher than the people who try out. So don't be afraid. It's so easy to do. You're gonna have so much fun with very nice people.
I think the fact that I'm willing to go downtown, where
tells a lot.
There's nothing I hate more than having to park somewhere, and so we took a lift down, which I'll probably continue to do. But the fact that I still want to even I won't even go to my favorite restaurant very often because it's downtown.
What's your favorite restaurant?
Oh, Macaroni Republic.
Oh, I love it.
It's so good and it's so affordable.
Pasta is good. Yeah, I agree. It's very good pasta. You can park on Olive Street. So we are on Grand and Pico at the corner, and you can have street parking. But if you go on Olive, so the one next to Grand, actually street parking all the time there.
Oh, really?
So don't be afraid to go the street right after.
Downtown is pretty much close from the mentality of Paris. You have to start to know the place to park.
Yeah.
It's just
it's just don't set up to the street that is right in front of LaserFit. Just go 1 block away and you'll find spaces. But yes, I do know that. But downtown's great.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful place, and there's like so many things I would like to do more down there. It's just more of like getting down there. But I think that because we got to wrap this up, I want to end more on the note of, I guess, the whole bond and inclusivity thing, because there's so much technology in the world right now that tends to separate us or not do the best job at connecting us. Like it
connects in shallow ways.
Yeah, absolutely. We try, we're closer to each other, but we're not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so I think it's really amazing to see something like this work. As much as you may ever have the intention to do something like this, I mean, the creators of smartphones also had that kind of intention to connect people more. Facebook is about connecting people. It tends to be more manipulative than anything else. So to succeed in it is very...
Let's put that on the building, connecting people. We have no problem.
The thing is, with the smartphone, Facebook, all of those things are great things that were built towards communication. But we're not. I think we're just the sports. We're just an activity that people bounce. Wherever I want to be manipulative about it or not, I'm not going to be able to control it. People need people to play. You don't need people to have your smartphone and play Clash of Clans.
Yeah, you don't have to figure out those aspects.
Yeah,
it's just something that it's simple, people get it, and it's fun and enjoyable, and they bond. Exactly. And you're utilizing human technology and augmenting it with the stuff that we're able to create now. And that, I think, makes it work in the way that it does. Whereas when you have a device like this thing, it ends up being something that people they don't have experience with. They don't understand it. It's a black bar of soap.
And it's a slot machine.
Yeah.
Every time it pops,
that's exactly
you're
it.
You're going, oh, something's happening. And we saw so many apps that create wealthness for a very few people. It feels like winning the lottery. Oh, that's it. I'm going to get famous. I had 100 people saying they like my soup. And, well, it's just... Well, I have an opinion on this. I won't be too much rush on
Oh, it's fine.
I cannot stand my
You just
phone.
see you will need another hour.
The only reason I use my phone is to play Skullgirl, which is a fighting game.
Yeah. Wow. It's very. Yeah.
I do.
Do you know Scalesgear?
I do.
Okay,
It's really cool.
actually the creator of Scalesgear is a member at lazRfit.
Yeah.
So if you come on
really?
Saturday morning, you'll see him.
Wait, did you discover it before or after the creator?
Actually, he's the one who told me he was doing this. He showed me the game, and I just become hooked.
Yeah.
It was the thing is, I'm a very, very bad person in terms of taking seriously my time. So
Okay, I was worried where that was going to go for a second.
I think most people are that way.
I talk about World of Warcraft,
Uh-huh.
and I was one of those guys spending 18 hours a day just making sure that everything seems good. Okay, I can go to bed. Gotta go back.
It's all addictive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And it's nice when the addiction can be beneficial.
yes.
So
Well, yeah, but I think it's worth it. I really don't. I love my time on World of Warcraft. I just learned that they make it possible to go play the World of Warcraft Classic.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm just big nerd.
You just can't shut up about it.
Yeah.
Just please don't talk about
I
it.
just
I was afraid for a minute when he started with World of Warcraft. I was like, no! What did he
yes,
pronounce the name of the
so
game? But that's cool.
we met the creator of Skullgirl.
That's awesome.
The game on,
Yeah.
and I keep playing.
Actually, his wife came first. She came and try
Ah.
out. She loved it. She had other thing to do for a while. And once I text her, hey, when are we seeing you again? Because I do tend to like people for real. And she's like, yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm coming back and I'm bringing my husband. And she actually brought her husband. And that's something they do together every Saturday morning now. As a tradition, and they work out and they're very happy and they're so
sweet.
great.
This
They're
is why I'm
absolutely
scared of going to
lovely
your place.
person.
And you're gonna see me all the time.
Thankfully, you can only do it once, so you can't get addicted.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You really don't know me, right?
Yeah, that's true. I guess we'll find a way.
you already know the answers to the puzzle, though. That's the downside of.
Yeah.
I think the escape rooms is that like trying it out. It's like I wanted to go back again and do it, but you can't really. I want to watch
'Cause
people
to me-
It's
sign
like
something,
watching
maybe.
a show that you like so much, you want to forget about it and then do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, those are also about discovery of spaces and kind of orienting yourself to a space and discovering hidden things, and you can't forget hidden things. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard. You've got to map out a whole geography and make it unique, and then trying to forget about its stuff.
Do you have to open new rooms like all the time, or
No, you'll discover it. You'll see.
I can't wait. I'm coming next week.
She wants the cheat
Okay,
code.
good.
No, of course I want to come.
So what's the future for you guys? What's
Yeah.
lazRfit going to look like going forward?
We it really depends on how fast we are capable of raising enough money. Right now, we are overwhelmed because we opened 6 months ago, and we pretty much have 1 to 2 demands of franchise a day. We have no clue how to respond to that because, well,
Yes, we have a clue of how to respond to that.
we don't know how to.
No, it's just that we didn't expect to come that early.
Yeah, and you don't want a franchise too
no,
quickly
the goal
either.
was to launch a prototype, to test it out as a concept, see if it works, test the product, see if it works, test the software, see if it works. But we didn't expect to have such a positive, appealing all over the world, because it's just not the United States, but it's Canada, South America, Singapore, Thailand, Europe, and it keeps coming. And it's not only asking for the franchise, but it's asking for, I have people just send me love letters. When are you coming to New York? I'm trying to. So the goal is to raise money to make the software like unbreakable, the equipment unbreakable, the concept all right up. As he mentioned earlier, I'm a perfectionist. There's no way I'm giving away a product that is not 100%. I'm sure of it for 100%. So that's what we keep working on. My engineer keeps working on software. We keep having members. There are developers, programmers, so I grab them and I put them into work in exchange of good memberships. We want to grow. We want to make sure everything is perfect. We want to launch the platforms that goes with the sports that will give you even more data that you can opt for. Create the sports, making it as create leagues, create athletes that will keep practicing, get better, film the games. Seeing yourself when you come next time, we film you and you go back and you see yourself on YouTube and you actually how you play.
This is why we
This is
create
the future,
the
yeah.
blue one.
Mm-hmm.
The blue one is basically to be able to provide a show. If I film 12 people playing at lazRfit, there's no interest. But if I tell the story of one guy winning, you got a show. You, instead of filming the place in in surrounding, you're filming in a GoPro with third person or first person, like you would for Counter-Strike. And then you have a really fast-paced show. And you can have a caster telling not the story of 12 people playing, but the story of one person winning. And sometimes it changes. So it's because the game is tight, you change. So we really think about third person with somebody with a GoPro in his head would know how to play and would be able to follow the blue at all time. So we see a sports in the future. I have no doubt that laser tag can become a sport. It's just a question of how fast can we have a more robust technology. So put the money into it to give you the possibility to have your own gear. Because I see so much toy in your place.
Yeah.
And that's the key of a good sports, like a good video game or anything, is that it's yours.
Yeah.
And I've been doing a lot of different sports, and all of those sports I bought myself the equipment to play with it. And that, for me, it's the real future. It's being able to say that there's maybe 100,000, million people, 2 million, 5, 10, 20, I don't care how many people there is, but they can actually purchase.
Buying.
Buy is good.
It's a good word.
They both work.
I like it. The equipment and making their own. And so they can train by themselves and they can come in competition and
So
on
we
and
we already are working on the second type of equipment, adding the buzzer into the handle so you know when you get shot, stuff like that. So we keep
GPS
listening. Keep listening to people comment and experience and what they missed, what they would like to, and either we explain why we're not going to go that way, or we actually take the comment in and think about it and try to implement to improve the experience. So the more comment, the more review, the better. We try to listen to everyone, even though we are focused on the vision that we had that looks like it was the right one. So yeah, big stuff's coming up.
That's exciting.
Keep working on it.
It is. I mean, building an equipment is exciting, but imagine to have a new sports, it's very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to be very big to actually do well. I mean, paintball is a big league, even though in sports industry it's very small, but they sell a lot of equipment, they have a lot of competition. Some of the video on YouTube make 20 million hits when they're the champions, the world champion, and the program is not very appealing to watch. It's very slow paced because, well, you cannot, there's no really, it's 5v5, people don't move that much, and of course they don't move that much, they don't want to get shot, so you get shot, you're out. So there's not that dynamic of getting as much point as possible, get into a player, because even if you get into a player, it might get out of the game instantly. When the sports that really shine in the universe today are sports where you can relate to a player and it stays on. Soccer, 90 minutes of playing. Football, I have no idea how much, but I know it's long. And so on and so on. So you need something that the spectator can actually feel that is into it, and can really follow, because that's sports. That's I don't.
So that's
watch
why
a lot of sports,
you forgot to say competition is in the future of
Oh,
laser.
competition is definitely the future. We really have demand. Our members
We did
become
one.
stronger, and they want to fight.
Yeah, we did one to try out in October. We're gonna do another one soon, and keep doing that every other week. To get a new winner every time. I know he wants to finish up. That's why I cut you down. Shut up. I'm sorry, you can't say that.
You can say whatever
So
you
sweet.
want. But
I feel the love.
I think it would be valuable for, I mean, we're going to have information in the show notes and everything, but if people are watching or listening to this, where do they find you guys, online or elsewhere?
So on the website, so www.lazRfit.com, on the Instagram, so at
How do you
lazRfit.
how do you spell laser?
LAZRFIT. You're perfectly right. So I'm saying that again. LAZRFIT. Social media, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. Basically, if you want to take a class, if you want to go to an open class, you go to the website, you go on the schedule, and you sign up to one of the classes. Or if you want a private booking, then you just email me at info@lazrfit.com or you call. That's it. We do corporate team building events, private event for your birthday or something else. But what I really, really like is open classes. So there's a lot every evening, Saturday morning, Sunday, beginning of the afternoon. You come, people are amazing. We all play together. And did I forget something?
Yeah.
What did I forget?
You cannot come if you're...
Oh yes,
12,
that is
12 and
true.
over.
It's 12 plus. So that's actually one of the biggest difference with laser tag that we forgot to mention.
Ah,
It's not for kids.
why not?
Because we're mean people.
No,
It's because of the height.
Ah,
Because you're allowed to run, and speed is all the concept is about speed. If you have somebody too small that crunch, it doesn't see anything in the game, and you don't see anything in the run. So it
yeah,
hurt my
we
knees
did play we did play laser tag with kids. It's not fun for anyone. It's not fun for them. It's not fun for us. So they do have laser tag. So we actually build laser fit for adults. It's a cardio workout. It's a fun cardio workout. But it's still enjoyable from 12 up to 65, 70. We had
72 right now.
we had
The
70.
oldest player has 72.
And he popped on the modules.
He popped.
I'm not joking.
Wow.
It was very impressive. We couldn't stop him. It was
It was very fun.
yeah.
So yes, we're in downtown. So 400 West Pico Boulevard
Next
In
to
Los
the Staples
Angeles?
Center
Hmm?
in Los
In Los
Angeles.
Angeles.
in Los Angeles. Very true. On Earth.
Planet
Next
Earth.
to
Yeah.
next to Mars, if you're coming from far.
By the time they get here, you'll probably be franchised at that point. They can stop in anywhere.
Hopefully.
ready
We
for
can-
galactic franchises.
Exactly.
No, and plus
That sounds fun.
I can propose a non-violence way to stop the
The war?
Oh, smart, smart.
Yeah.
That would be a cool
Fight
movie.
to the laser,
Yeah.
not to the death.
I like that.
Well-
Even though we kill the one who lose, but you know.
Small technicality. Small
Yeah.
technicality.
For everyone who wants to check it out, go to lazerfit.com. You know how to spell it already, so I won't reiterate that. But I think you guys have a lot of awesome stuff on social media, lots of videos,
That's right.
and so there's plenty to see. And we if you're watching the video version of this show, there have been clips throughout about our experience and looking at some of the beautiful equipment, which you really have to see in person. It's really something worth experiencing. Tommy and I were both very enamored by the whole experience, so hence the interview that you have today. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us.
Of course, and thanks for listening or watching, and we will be back at you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Not us.
Not us. We'll be playing.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Supercharged. If you'd like to send in a comment or a question, you can do so on awkward.email. You just go on your web browser to awkward.email. It's actually a website. And you can call or text 509-AWKWARD instead if you'd like to just skip all of that and do it from your phone. Also, if you'd like to check out some of our other shows, we've got a lot of great shows now, and we're having more every day, or, eventually. You can do that on awkwardhuman.com/podcast. Go check it out. We've got a lot of good stuff, and we hope that you'll be listening every week. Thanks.